mentioned a gentleman by the name of Jeremy Grantham and Ray Dalio. Any thoughts on either of them in the context of big picture or thinkers of this sort that you pay attention to?
And listen, they're coming at the markets from a much different perspective. And I really value these perspectives. It makes you think. So in the same way that I'm hoping people might be made to think by, okay, well, treasury yields are in this, major trading range, that type of thing. So I do appreciate that they make you think. And right now they're identifying two sort of major things, right? That valuations are relatively high versus history, highlighting different environments in which risk was heightened of a bear cycle. I can't say that I agree with that necessarily, but I think it's a fair comparison to go back to these other environments and see what unfolded. We are big believers in riding momentum until it tells us otherwise, almost like more reactive versus predictive. If we were to see a loss of momentum that was more meaningful with that kind of commentary, then theoretically we'd be more inclined to honor that. So that we definitely keep that in mind. And then otherwise, I think it's talking about the uncertainty we have right now in the US, which is definitely real. Like right now, I feel like we have this almost top-down headline risk. And we're just trying to figure out how to navigate that. It used to be that headline risk was for individual companies. Right now, it's the whole country. And maybe that's contributed to why we've seen some whipsaws in our indicators of late. And again, just having to be respectful of that. And so this too shall pass, by the way, in terms of market dynamic that we're unfamiliar with. Every time we go through something that's different, we learn from it. And that's what I think also creates the cycles that Ray Dalio talks about too. So this cycle is right now very much an up cycle still for the US, but you do see some relative performance kicking in and among international equity markets. It's pretty interesting. So we've got our eyes on that for sure. I think it's a little too early to suggest that we'll see sustained and prolonged outperformance from international markets, but we're intrigued by the uptick, at least in relative performance that we've seen there.
So taking a step back then, headline risk that's changed a bit, yet price and valuation has continued to expand. Maybe it's different this time.
Yeah. And I do believe that markets move in cycles, and I believe that there's rotations. So the question right now is whether if we lose the relative performance from the mega caps or the Mag 7, can the market weather that? So far, so good. But if that changes, I think we should really pay attention. That market breadth is key to the sustainability of mature uptrends. And I think that is one thing everybody can agree on, is that even if it's not a maturing, it is a mature